What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the official Cliffy J, and I'm back with another video. And I've also got Honestly today back on the channel, and we're going to be talking about the Challenge 41 Vets and New Threats. And in this video, we are not just going to be talking about each player, but we're also going to rank each player going into the season because y'all know me at the beginning of every season. I like to rank every player. And we're going to do this one a little differently because this is a season with a whole lot of rookies, a whole lot of players that we haven't seen before. Instead of doing my regular old player ranking, based on how good I think they're going to be coming into the season or how good I think they are in the history, the grand scheme of things, stuff like that. We're going to do this as a power ranking going into the season. So more of a predictions type of list. You know what I'm saying? And also to cut down a little bit of time and to try something out for future videos, I decided to do combined lists. So each of us ranked every single player and then I combined our list. So we're going to talk about them from number 16 to number 1. So let's go ahead and get into it. At number 16, for the men, we've got Ben Davis. And Ben Davis is this low on the list because I got him at 16. What you got him at, Lee?
For me, I have Ben Davis listed as number 14.
Right. 16 for me, 14 for her. And I just think Ben Davis, looking at him, he's a commentator. The kid doesn't look like he has the best physique. So I'm not really assuming he's going to come in there and be like the greatest athlete or anything like that. Now, honestly, I think he knows of the challenge, but I'm not sure if he'll have any connections. He's not from any of the series that anyone else is from coming into it. He doesn't really have that reality TV show connection. So I'm assuming he'll be the least, likely to be able to build alliances on top of the fact that I'd assume he'll be a weak competitor.
I couldn't agree more with you, Cliffy J. And that's actually why Ben was ranked so low for me. Ben doesn't have those previous relationships with other cast members because he was never on a show that we even fucking know of, if we keep it real. But I mean, Ben may look weak, but he is a boxer, so he might be able to hit them with the right hook or one or two. But as far as like being a good challenger, I don't see him doing good at all.
And at number 15, we've got Justin from Cheer. That's a Netflix show. Um, and his average placement is number 14. What placement do you have him at?
For me, for Justin, I've got him as number 16. So
Oh,
I put him as the worst.
oh, okay, that makes sense because I actually have him at number 12. So I think I'm a little bit higher on Justin than you are. But for me, I just look at the fact that Cheer, what I'm saying, Cheer is not, for one, the only Netflix guys that we've gotten so far. Well, no Netflix guy we've gotten so far is Ed, and he's good. So I'm trusting Netflix to come over pretty good, right? And cheerleaders are athletic, and since cheerleaders are athletic and they're going to be sociable, and he's going to be sociable, I think he should do pretty well. Now, do I think he's going to be a beast? Not exactly, but I think he's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, when I originally looked at Justin, I thought he was a cheerleader, um, which I don't know if that's true or false. I honestly have no idea who this kid is, which is 50% of the reason why he was ranked last for me. One, he is a cheerleader, and two, he doesn't really look that strong. But like you said, I do believe he is going to be athletic. So I think that it's going to translate really well over to the challenge. So I would really love to see what he can do. I'm excited for this new threat. Now, the next male that we're going to rank for number 14 is Jake. Jake is from Love Island, UK, season 7. And I personally had Jake ranked at number 13. And where did you have Jake ranked at?
I actually also had him ranked at number 13.
Well, it seems like he's, bottom of the barrel, but not the worst. I I think from watching Jake on Love Island, I think obviously his physical attributes might be something that can help him. And also in the challenge, there's people like Paulie and Derek that do really good and they're small. So I'm hoping that maybe Jake can be one of those, small guys that can do pretty good. But so far I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No. I think Jake will definitely have the physical attributes. I don't think his size will be that much of an issue because a lot of the guys on the show are around his size. He's a little bit bigger than Derek and Paulie for sure. So like, I definitely think that.
Wow. He looks small. He looks like Paulie size.
Really, okay, yeah, no, but I definitely think that he won't really be the worst. Another thing is, I don't know if I can trust that he'll be an elite physical competitor, right? And so, no, I don't think I can trust that. I can kind of err on the side of caution, knowing that he won't be the best social player out. And since he won't be the best social player out, there will be a high likelihood that as a rookie, he'll be sentenced to eliminations, especially if it is individual eliminations or pairs where he can end up being paired up with another rookie and stuff like that. So I'm gonna err on that side of what will actually happen, but I do think Jake could actually be pretty good. And at number 13, we've got Derek Chavez debuting on the Real World Cancun. He's done a couple seasons of the challenge. What did you have him at, honestly?
I had Derek ranked at number 11.
Okay, okay, not that crazy, not that crazy, not that dissimilar from what I am at. I am at number 14, and I'll explain why. Because I think Derek is much better than the 14th guy on the cast. I would actually think he's around like the top five, top six guy on the cast. But everybody has their little Cinderella run in the challenge at some point, and they usually come crashing down. Derek could be working more off of luck than off of skill. And I ain't saying that he's not a skillful player. It's just I don't think he's that much better than he was back in the day for real. It's just he never had the luck and the alliances and stuff like that to stay in the game.
I think that is definitely very possible. I feel like Derek is a strong competitor. I think he's like more underrated as far as his toughness, but it is a fact that he could easily be gone within the blink of an eye. And that's why he's ranked so low, is because yeah, he could be gone in the blink of an eye, but he also could do pretty good. So
And at number 12, we've got Leroy. And obviously debuting in the second Real World Las Vegas. I actually have Leroy at number 11. Where do you got Leroy?
for me, I actually ranked Leroy at number 12.
Okay, so we had him around the same area. It just comes with a couple of things, but mainly because I think Leroy is washed. I think Leroy's done. Like, and that's not saying that I don't think Leroy is still not decent and that he can't put up a good performance. I think he can, and I actually think he will. I think Leroy's going to have a deep run, but I just don't see him winning the final. That was something that was difficult for him in his prime, let alone now that he's washed. On top of the fact that it'll be a hard thing for him to do, being so closely aligned with someone like Johnny, who is always going to be heavily targeted, and he's going to definitely have a side of the veterans coming for him. Like, and there'll be a little award there. I could definitely see it picking up from season 40.
I can understand that viewpoint. For me, the reason why I ranked Leroy where we ranked him was because like you said, he is going to be a part of like Johnny's alliance and have Johnny and all of his other allies that Leroy consistently has all the time. So I know Leroy is going to have allies, but my thing is I know Leroy really physically and maybe even mentally isn't up to that capability. I mean, Leroy said it himself that he does belong on All Stars. So if you feel like you belong on All Stars and we've got all these new threats and fresh meat and heavy hitters, as far as on the vet side as well, I don't really see you doing well. I think Leroy's going to be, making it home to the kids pretty soon.
And at number 11, we've got Gabe. And I actually had Gabe at number 6. Where did you have Gabe?
I'm the reason why we're talking about Gabe so early. I had Gabe listed at number 15, and to um I would love to plead my case if you would like to hear it
Go ahead.
first. Perfect. So with Gabe, I don't know if anybody else is getting the same vibes as me, but when I seen him, I'm like, is this Chauncey? Just a darker skinned version? I'm like, because I don't know the guy. I don't know Gabe at all. Let's also let that be known. I don't know him. I don't know what he's about. But just when I seen how big and muscly he was, but just like beefy as well, obviously in good shape, but beefy, I just feel like he's not going to do so well. CT is like the only big guy. CT and Hunter are like those only big guys that do pretty decent. But Gabe gives me Chauncey vibes. So if Chauncey was up here, I would be putting Chauncey this low as well. Feel free to shoot me down, Cliffy J, before you say your side.
Ain't gonna shoot you down at all, big dog. Ain't gonna shoot you down at all. I'm gonna just say my opinion on Gabe as a player from what we've been able to know the information. We're only making predictions. You know what I mean? So I could be completely incorrect, just like you could be completely correct that he's just gonna be, some fat, tubby, Teletubby, kid that
Not
just can't. No,
fat.
I know what you mean. I know. No. On a serious note, I think that Gabe, when I'm looking at Gabe, like as a player, like from what we know, WWE, right? Even though kid isn't a WWE superstar, it's not like he was famous over there, but WWE. So you have to train, you feel me, and do the durability and all that, and the roids and all that to be WWE, right? So he got that. He got the steroid big guy background, like a CT or a Zach. He got that background. You know what I mean? The
Oh,
Evan,
okay.
right? He got that background. The Mike the Miz. They're all from the same background, just based off of steroid big guy. Probably got anger issues. You know what I mean? Let's see though. Let's see. So that's what I'm looking at from Gabe, engaging the history of the show. We had Mike the Miz, one of the greatest of all time, WWE. Now he's WWE and he's big and he looks athletic. And you usually got to be pretty athletic to do WWE. So that's really what I'm looking at. And at number 10, we've got Derek Kaczynski.
Derek K is definitely a goat,
You
period.
feel me? He
Come
one of
on
the
now, he's a
goats.
dog.
Elimination goat for sure. One of those for sure. So yeah, we got Derek K. And I don't want to do my boy this bad and put him this low on the list, but I got to. I put him at number 9. What did you put him at?
For Derek, I actually put him at number 10 for my rankings as well. And I actually don't think it's a bad placement at all. We have to remember Derek is a veteran. Derek has been here since Road Rules. Okay, he's been here for a minute now. And I also know that he had that terrible injury and he was out
Yeah.
off the season. So that also was coming into play a little bit.
Yeah.
Is we don't know how he is after that injury and getting into his 40s. So we'll see. But I know I personally love Derek. I think Derek is very like athletic and
Yes.
he's physical. He's like he comes with a lot in that little short package.
Yeah, he's very ferocious. That's what she's trying to say. He's very ferocious, very athletically well rounded, of course. And that's obviously why I got him this low. Everything that you said, injuries, very much wear and tear all on his body, a little bit older, and he's an athleticism based player. So I think that we'll be seeing the true Derek fall off. We've seen him definitely regress throughout the past about 6-7 years. And I think we're definitely going to see the official Derek fall off to where he'll still be solid, but he definitely won't be anybody to worry about.
Now in spot number 9, we've got Yermi. Yermi is from The Amazing Race, season 35. And Cliffy J, where did you have Yermi ranked?
I got Yermi at number 15. What you got him at?
I've actually got him ranked at number 4.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I want you
I'm a
to
little
I want
embarrassed.
you to speak on Yermi first, and then I'm gonna let you know why I put him so low because I'm not an Amazing Race watcher. She is. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
watched his season, but I know she is a fan of the show that watches it. So You go ahead and you let me know why you have him this high.
Yeah, so for me, I actually have been, on a little The Amazing Race hiatus, so I did not see season 35. But what I do know is Yermi did come in ninth place, which means that he was able to complete a couple different legs. And I know with The Amazing Race, you have to have a lot of different tools in order to be able to navigate getting to different countries, and figuring out the clues and the detours. So I think he is, one, going to be able to have good cardio, and his body's nice, so I think he's going to be pretty athletic. And two, I think from The Amazing Race, he probably is good with thinking about solving things and problem solving.
Hmm.
But we'll see.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to educate me real quick on the Amazing Race, real quick. How many teams does it usually have? Like, if you had to give me like a ballpark estimate.
um 13.
Right. So if it's around 13 teams, and he got what place did you say?
Ninth.
And then his average placement is 8.3. That means that his team was cheeks. To me, I don't know Amazing Race, but that means his team was bad. So I don't think bro's. I think he was a bottom of the barrel skate by type of kid. You feel me? So that's why I got him this low. I don't trust it. He looks like he's gonna be popcorn muscle type guy where he has a nice physique and whatever, then comes in and just fumbling. Whoa. So that's what I'm looking at from this kid. Yeah. And at number 8, we got Johnny Bananas. What you got Bananas at?
For me, I love Bananas, and I think he's a pretty cool old guy. I've got him listed in spot number 7.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I respect Bananas being at whatever placement. I think that's the thing. Bananas is someone that could be high on the list or low on the list, and not because of skill, just based off of his reputation. And I think it's obviously going to affect him. And I think that the fact that the season, if in terms of a veteran perspective, is going to be split at least somewhere. I think there's going to be at least two significant sides, maybe with a little third side that I could talk about either later in a different video or a little bit later in this video. We'll see. And at number 7, we've got Will from Are You the One season 9. And what do you got Will at, Lee?
I've got Will ranked at number 9.
Okay. I've got Will at number 7. And the main reason I got Will at number 7 is because he's a pretty big, strong looking guy. He's not a small guy. On top of the fact that he does have a really fiery personality. And I think that the Are You the One people have shown that they come to the challenge and don't just lay down for the vets to fall on them. You know what I mean? And I think that's a lot to do with them being MTV people. You know what I'm saying? When they're cut from that cloth.
Yeah, Cliffy J, I completely agree with that 100%. I'm excited to see what he can bring.
And at number 6, we've got Leo from Love Island USA season 5, mostly known for getting them cheeks at Casa, which is crazy. And he's from that season where it was soul ties is crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that season was wild. That season was wild, man. But yeah, where you got Leo at?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to watch Leo clapping no cheeks, so I don't really know anything about him. But I put Leo at number 6. I think Leo has a nice body. That's why he was able to go and, get the girls, because he looks good. He's handsome, very handsome. And he looks like he's physically strong. Like physical, I'm not worried about it. And like I said a little bit earlier about the smaller guys, I think the smaller guys actually do pretty decent with the challenge. And Leo is going to be one of those smaller guys that seems like he's a little bit stronger. So yeah, I'd love to see what Leo can bring to the table for the rookies.
And at number 5, we've got CT. And what do you got CT at, Lee?
For me, I've got CT ranked at number 8.
That's cool. That's
What
cool.
about you?
I got CT at number 3. I got CT at number 3 because at the end of the day, he is CT. And as of right now, I haven't been able to see a season where he isn't able to, if he gets that longevity in the season, be able to get in shape since he started being able to do that.
Okay. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Now, for me, I know I have him ranked a little bit low, but let me explain. Like, for starters, I love CT. But let's take a moment to look back at that cast photo. Dude looks like he can't even move. If they can get CT into an early elimination before he can get back into challenge shape, then I think they can probably send him home, depending on what it is, since I think CT is another high variance player. If CT is still big CT and he doesn't have the endurance and the shape that he usually is in, people can beat him in a lot of different eliminations depending on what it can be. So they might be like, oh, we can get him in, try to come at CT early and send him home. But we also know CT can always get in shape if he has enough time. So he is definitely an old threat.
And at number 4, we've got Cedric from Big Brother 26. And what you got Cedric at?
Cedric, I just want to start by saying I absolutely love him. But me personally, I ranked Cedric pretty decently high for a new threat. I ranked him at number 5.
Just glazing him. But
Where did you have him?
that doesn't matter. I got him at number 5. But
Oh,
wait,
nice. Okay.
yeah, that's
Is this our
crazy.
only deadlock?
No,
Oh,
relax, buddy. We've been agreeing. We've
okay.
been agreeing.
Good.
Right, but yeah, no. So okay. I got
Thanks,
Cedric
Jay.
at number 5. I got Cedric at number 5 because I think that when I'm looking at his overall skill set coming into the game, what he showed on there is that he is a pretty solid social player that can build some pretty strong social bonds. He's active in the strategic aspect of the game. So I do think that he will be very much into building an alliance, whether it's based on the numbers or based on loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think that the athletic skill set that we were able to see is that he is agile. He does have the military background. You know what I mean? He's going to have a good brain, because of his military background. So I do definitely think that he should be a pretty solid player in this game in all facets of the game. And that's why I'm pretty high on him as a rookie. I was actually high on him leaving out of Big Brother. I was like, okay, all you got to do is go on the challenge. He should be pretty good on there. He's not the biggest or physical guy, but he does have that military background, so he's probably tough. So we gonna see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. Some people are probably going to think that I'm just copying what you have to say, but no. With Cedric, like, we're huge Big Brother fans. We watched the season. I I was able to see that Cedric is a very fun, likable person. I think he's going to be able to build himself an alliance and get himself in a comfortable position. Not only that, but like Cliffy J was saying, his military background, and I think that he's a little bit more beefy. So I think that his running endurance, like a cardio challenge or cardio elimination, you guys probably are not going to beat him. And as well as I do believe Cedric also has the brains, not only just the brawn, but he also has the brains as well. He's really a full package, and I can't wait for him to show us what he can do on season 41.
And at number 3, we've got Rogan. And I've got Rogan at number 4. Where do you got Rogan at?
Number three.
Okay, yeah, nah. I'd assume that we both were looking at Rogan coming into early to the season, so I'm not surprised he's so high. And Rogan is definitely an elite player. We were able to see that on World of Worlds 2 and Total Madness. And I think he'll just pick up where he left off. He had to take a break from the show. It happens, similar to Jordan, but he's back. And I could see him really dominating this season. I'm not going to bank on it because I do think that he could lack the relationships. I don't really know who's really having his back because I don't know if CT's going to even have his back. I don't know if Banana's going to have his back. So we're going to see.
Yeah, with Rogan. I could almost say almost everything. Well, a good amount of stuff that I said about Cedric. He pretty much has a lot of the qualities that are needed. I know he did have that one issue where he cramped up and he didn't look good. But other than that, I think Rogan has proven that he's a great challenger and he has all of the tools in order to be great and to even win the whole thing. So I think Rogan's record and his performances have spoken for itself, and us challenge fans know why we ranked him this high.
So we actually had a tie for number one. So the first out of these two we're going to talk about is Turbo.
Now, I actually personally ranked Turbo as number one. Cliffy J, I'm going to assume you ranked him
Yes, I had him at number two.
number two. Right. That's how we got this tie here.
Mm-hmm.
So with Turbo, I think Turbo is one of the greatest to even play this game. He came in hot and heavy, showed all of his strengths, and won one of the hardest finals in challenge history. That gives you stripes on your karate belt right away. And not only that, but I think Turbo is really smart. I think he's very good at solving things. I think mentally he's very good, and I also know that physically he's very good. The only thing that I worry about is Turbo's social game. But as long as Turbo can kick their asses in eliminations, I'm really not worried about it. I have a lot of trust in Turbo.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Turbo has, to me, certainly proved he's a top 10 to 15 most skilled male competitor in challenge history. Without a doubt, I think that if he's able to have a solid performance or maybe even win on this season, he can truly put himself into all-time great arguments and conversations and things like that, crack into the top 10 in terms of general greatness and stuff like that. Obviously, his political game is certainly a weakness and something that he has to work on. But I know how physical he is. I know how skilled he is. And as well rounded as skilled he is, I don't necessarily think it's possible that he's someone that can easily just be sent home with one elimination, unless it's just something that just like all the way against his skill set. You know what I mean? So like unless he's going into a Hall Brawl versus Gabriel. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
or that
Like I don't
challenge
really
where
think
Theo went home against Bananas.
right. It has to be something really, really like crap shooty or 100% against his, skill set or unfair to a certain extent. You feel me?
Literally.
And that's how I'm feeling. So I obviously think he has a really high chance of making the final. I personally am gonna bet on him making this final. It's just I think my number one will be able to get him. And at number one, we've got
Tied for number one. Do you want to
Theo.
redo that?
Nope, I don't want to. Of course, I don't. Why do you think I said it like that? Why do you think I said it like that? Come on, man, you tripping? We got Theo at number one. I do. That's all that matters. Official Cliffy J. But nah, we got Theo at number one. I mean, I have Theo at number. I said it so many times on purpose that I did it on accident. But I've got Theo at number one, and the reason I got Theo at number one is because I just think it's his time. No other way to say it. I think it's his time. I think that he is that level. I think that when you just look at that, on top of the fact, this is where I can kind of get to my breakdown of why I think people like Bananas are going to do so bad in this season, is that I think Theo will come in with his numbers, come in with Naya and Olivia and Derek. And though I don't trust that Derek will do too great on this season, I think that they'll be able to put him in a position where he'll be able to also get other allies, maybe a Jake, maybe a Michaela, whatever else, however else it shakes down, Ashley, players that are going to be outside of Johnny's power structure. I think he'll be able to pick them up because Johnny's someone who's hated. So if you're outside of Johnny's power structure and you're not in theirs, you're going to more likely want to slide to their side. We've seen it on 40. That people really slid more to against Johnny rather than with Johnny, even if it would have been in their best interest, right? So I think that that's what's going to happen. He's going to have a strong backing. He's clearly shown that he has a good social game because he's really not ever really voted into eliminations. It's very uncommon. It's not likely. And he's also a big, strong guy that will fuck people up. So people don't really want to go against him, especially after last season in 40. Then he's also very good in eliminations. So you also don't want to go against. That's like kind of like I'll take my chance that he'll lose in a puzzle in a final or something like that, and I can beat him at the last second because he's also going to outrun me in the final because he's not going to be in the shape that he was in last season. Last season he was out of shape. He said that he's coming into this season more in shape, so we're going to see.
Oh wow. Well, I obviously ranked Theo very high because I feel just like you. A lot of your points were 100% valid. Theo is an amazing challenger, and when you said it's his time, I could almost believe that. Season 41 could be his time. It could be the time for the new youngins to take over. Well, he's not a youngin, but it's time for the newer vets to take over and get their stripes. And I would love for Theo to do it. He definitely has all of the skills to do it, except for, like we said, puzzles or things like that. But as far as, like you said, his political, with the political side, with him being aligned with Olivia and being able to, probably bring people into that group, I think that's going to provide Theo with that extra layer of protection that I feel like he never had. So I know I've said this a million times. I'm like a broken record, but I'm so freaking excited to see what we can get from Theo and the rest of these challengers. Honestly,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
it's been a long break.
It has. It's been good that they gave us this break, but as a super duper challenge head, I hated it. I hated it. I definitely hated it. All right, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Push the notification bell so you can be locked in for anytime I drop a new lit banger. And stay tuned for part 2, where we will also be covering the women and giving you our female winner predictions, our female best players, and female power rankings, and our opinion on the women coming into this season. Peace.